Alright, welcome back to the ballpark and welcome to the McGreevy Enough Said League. It's been a while since we've been here. And there's Clee Baseball Fan first in the ballpark tonight. He says good evening, and Robbie Wartburg following him. So, hello. So, Tim should be at the end of his Mike McCormick replay. And we're down to the home stretch here in Ned McGreevy land. So, no real marquee games tonight. We're just going to pick one and play it. And first thing I'm going to do, though, is fix Carolina's colors because they're still not working right. And at this point, yeah. So hopefully everybody had a good day. I saw that for those of you that are interested in basketball, that Steve Tate did a basketball thing. So, yeah, I hate to do this, but we're going to have to go with an orange color because this is just a little too hard to read. All right. So there we go. We'll click our OK. And boom. We'll take that out of there. So what do we have tonight? Philadelphia, Carolina is, I think, what we're going to see. So hope you enjoy the festivities. Roll up a game, whatever you're doing. And we'll do this in just a moment. All right. Where'd it go? Philadelphia, Carolina. All right, and this is going to be home team, and let's play. All right, back to good old Griffith Stadium here. Computer picking Philadelphia. So what do we have here? Load versus right-hander. And let's have a look at the rotation. So Young, Willis, McGinnity. Let me see. Who do we have up here? It looks like it is going to be Cy Young. All right, let's get to the ballpark and tonight's action. And as we are coming down to the home stretch here in the McGreevy League, I want to thank everybody in the community for really embracing this. Hey, there's Aaron Reed. I want to thank everybody in the community for really embracing this project. Frankly, I'm pleasantly surprised. Carolina on a 3-game losing streak right now. So, Aaron Reed, a little play on the Irish word crack, saying good crackin'. So, good stuff. Doing well, thank you, Robbie. Tim, Clee Baseball Fan 879, says final game premiered today at 5:30 on YouTube. I was still at work, so I have to catch it after the fact, Tim. You can watch it on demand. Now I've got stat keeping to do for 2007 Indians before continuing. So, Tim, motoring along. All right, let's get out to Griffith Stadium. All right, welcome to the ballpark. In today's game between Philadelphia and Carolina, Ed Walsh takes him out for Philadelphia. 32 starts in the year, and he is 20-12 with an overall earned run average of 1.91. This will be his 5th start against Carolina. And against Carolina, he is 4-0 with a 0.95 earned run average. Opposing Ed Walsh will be Cy Young. Cy Young with 29 starts in the year, and he is 16-13 with an earned run average of 2.36. This will be his 4th start against Philadelphia. He's 2-1 with a 2.08 earned run average against them. Game time temperatures 88 degrees, so a warm early September day. Wind speed 7 miles per hour right to left, and no threat of rain, as the man in blue says. All right, so here we go. Again, coming down to the stretch in the McGreevy League. And again, I want to thank you guys for making it way more of a success than Ken Castro and I ever dreamed. All right, so the Quakers coming into this game at 69 and 63, and the Crackers a mirror image of that at 63 and 69. So a lot of games that were coming up, we're going to see games, teams down toward the bottom and in the middle trying to play spoiler. Quakers still very much in the race. So Carolina with a chance to just play some spoiler baseball here. George Van Haltren steps in. Van Haltren is 248, a home run, 32 runs batted in. Enjoy the game, guys. Cy Young delivers the 1-2 pitch to Van Haltren. Fastball, and Van Haltren called strike 3, and we are underway. One down here for shortstop George Davis. George hitting 207, 3 home runs, 40 runs batted in. And Cy Young ready to work. Here comes the pitch. First pitch swinging, Davis with a little bunt, Farrell up with it, and he will go to Larry Doyle covering on that wheel play, and Davis is retired for 2 quick outs. You're welcome, Robbie. Robbie thanking us for doing the league. Now we have Eddie Collins. Collins, 250, a home run, 40 runs batted in. Eddie with 42 steals on the season. Cy Young peers in, has assigned the 1-0 delivery. Fastball swung on by Collins, and this one sent high to center field, and Sam Crawford will bring it down for the 3rd out. Philadelphia goes quietly. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Philadelphia nothing, and the Carolina Crackers coming to bat. Leading off here against Ed Walsh for Carolina is second baseman Larry Doyle, hitting 274, 2 home runs, and 29 runs batted in. Doyle bats lefty. So, warm day here in Washington. Philadelphia calls, or Carolina calls Griffith Stadium its home field. Big Ed Walsh with the 1-1 pitch. Little changeup, and Doyle with a base hit into left field. Van Haltren up with it. Doyle rounds first. Bluff's going to second as Van Haltren gets the ball back in to George Davis at short. So a runner aboard, and Larry Doyle with 27 steals in the season. That'll bring up shortstop Donnie Bush. He is hitting 238, a home run, 33 runs batted in. Walsh deals to Bush, throws over, and Doyle back ahead of Henry Larkin's tag. And good evening, cousin Ken Castro. Ed Walsh now comes home with it. Bush, first pitch swinging. This one a chopper foul on the first base side as Larkin comes in. Looks like Henry Larkin kicked the ball, and instead of it rolling foul, it looked like Henry Larkin was coming in trying to make a fast play on there. And so it's an error, E3, and that's Larkin's 8th error. And 2 aboard, nobody down, so Carolina indeed tried to play some spoiler baseball as Sam Crawford steps in. Crawford hitting 261, 3 home runs, 49 runs batted in. Crawford playing well below his advanced billing. Big Ed Walsh checks Doyle at first. Doyle is at second. Doyle is at second. Bush at first. The wind. And first pitch swinging by Wahoo Sam. And tries to bunt. This one popped up. Myers going for it. And this is going to be one of those instances in which the chalkboard is just going to take its time. Larkin coming in on this pop-up. And this one a very slow pop-up apparently. And this is one of the advantages that out-of-the-park baseball still has, is superb animation, which is something that chalkboard lacks. Larkin charges in and makes the catch. One down. Runners remain at first and second. And that brings up left fielder Zach Wheat, acquired from the Brooklyn Dodgers, hitting 280, a home run, 43 runs batted in. Yeah, that's still something that Action PC needs to work on. It'll get there, though. Walsh fires it in, the 2-1 pitch to Zach Wheat. And Wheat swings, and this one chopped down the first base line. Larkin coming in for it. Runners look like they're going to advance, and this one rolls foul. So the 2-2 pitch now coming in to Zach Wheat. Fastball to Wheat. Wheat swings and scorches this one to right field. And you can kiss it goodbye. Carolina jumping into an early lead here in the bottom of the first as Zach Wheat delivers a 3-run shot. And I mean, Zach got all of it. 330 feet over the high right field wall at Griffith Stadium. 3-0. Only one out for third baseman Heine Grove stepping in. So Walsh, usually not touched up, and especially this early, but finds himself down 3-0 in the bottom of the first. Grove hitting .259 with 49 ribbies. Duke Farrell waits on deck. Ed Walsh with the 0-1 delivery. Fastball to Grove. Grove swings. This one sent to center field. Center fielder Roy Thomas will camp under this one and make the catch for 2 down. And I'm sure Walsh would like to have that pitch from Zach Wheat back. So 3 in here. And here's Duke Farrell, .252 hitter, 37 runs batted in. The catcher bats from the left. Walsh into his wind in the 1-1 delivery. Fastball to Farrell. Farrell will foul this one back. Farrell back in the box. Walsh delivers. And Farrell chops this one out in front of the plate. Chief Myers pouncing on it. On to Eddie Collins covering. Side retired, but 3 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. We've played 1. It's the Carolina Crackers 3, the Philadelphia Quakers nothing. Philadelphia will lead it off here with Bill Joyce in the top of the second. Joyce hitting an anemic 184, 5 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Young works the 2-2 pitch now. Fastball to Joyce, swung on. This little fly ball on the left-hand side. Zach Wheat has a beat on it, and he will make the catch for 1 out. Ken Castro says a Carolina win will help. Providence also still in the race. Providence has a game tonight. Mike Tiernan now, .244, 2 home runs, 25 runs batted in. Cy Young, full count now in the payoff pitch. Fastball to Tiernan. Tiernan lays off. Farrell is appealing to third, but the ump says he held up his swing. So Mike Tiernan with 23 steals on the season, late season here in McGreevy. And that brings up Chief Myers. Chief Myers hitting .215, 3 home runs, 43 runs batted in. Tiernan, good lead off first with 1 down. Cy Young with a check of the runner. And he comes home with it. There goes Tiernan. Farrell's throw down. Doyle's tag will not be in time. Mike Tiernan, pardon me, picks up stolen base number 24. Be right back with you. All right, so Tiernan in scoring position now. Philadelphia looking for its first run. Myers back in the box in the 0-1. Throw back from Young. And they tried to catch Tiernan napping as Doyle charging in behind him. And Tiernan, too cunning a veteran to fall for that little ploy. Young checks the runner again. Deals to Farrell. And this one hits Chief Myers right in the midsection. So Cy Young with a hit batsman, 2 aboard, 1 down. Tiernan with good speed at second. Myers at first, only 8 steals. The base hit here by Roy Thomas could score Mike Tiernan and allow Philadelphia to cut into this 3-0 lead by Carolina. Center fielder Thomas hitting .257 with 29 runs batted in. Young with a check of the runners. And the 2-2 pitch to Thomas. Swung on, base hit into center field. This one under the glove of Larry Doyle. Tiernan rounding third as Wahoo Sam comes up from it in center. And the throw home. Farrell's tag. And he is out. Tiernan gunned down. But because of the error, we still have runners in scoring position, but 2 away. Great throw by Crawford. But Myers will move to second, or move to third. Thomas moving to second. As it brings up Henry Larkin, .254, 2 home runs, and 54 runs batted in on the season. Philadelphia threatening, but with 2 down. Cy Young works from the stretch, the 0-1 delivery. Fastball to Larkin. Swung on. This one grounded hard up the third base line. Grow up with it. And he will make the throw to first. And we'll see who wins this race. And it looks like Fred Luderus makes the stretch and the catch. And that is it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 left in scoring position for Philadelphia as we head to the home half of inning number 2. It's Carolina 3 and Philadelphia nothing. So Bill Keister steps in, right fielder, hitting .251 with a home run, 5 runs batted in. Keister with only 23 at-bats in the game, or in the league, I should say, this year in the season. Ed Walsh has neither struck out nor walked a batter. The Irish spitballer ready to deal the 1-2 pitch. Little curveball to Keister, and he's going to bounce a little grounder to Collins, coming in quickly on this ball, and throws in plenty of time to retire Keister on the 4-3 putout. One away for Fred Luderus, first baseman, hitting just .189, a home run, 30 runs batted in. Ed Walsh with the 0-1 now to Luderus. Fastball swung on, chopped to second. It's the Eddie Collins show. Collins ranging a bit to his right. And on to Henry Larkin at first. And that will retire Luderus. Wait a minute, this ball gets away from Larkin. Luderus gets to second. So Eddie Collins committing his 26th error, and that is the second error for the Philadelphia Quakers. And now Carolina with a runner in scoring position and just 1 down for Cy Young. Infield looking bunt against Young, hitting .133, 4 home runs, 9 runs batted in. Walsh comes home with it now. The 3-1 to Young. Fastball. And this fastball lined right to Henry Larkin. Luderus not going anywhere. 2 down. So Walsh really letting his defense do the work, but again getting touched up for 3 in the bottom of frame number 1. Larry Doyle now. We're back at the top of the order. He's 1 for 1. Line to single over short. Doyle now waits for the Walsh delivery. The 0-2 pitch. Fastball. And this one paints the outside corner for strike 3. And Ed Walsh's first strikeout of the game. Nothing across. We've played 2. It's 3-0 Carolina. Philadelphia will send up Ed Walsh, then George Van Haltren and George Davis. Walsh hitting .147, 8 runs batted in. Cy Young peers in, has the sign from Duke Farrell. The windup in the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, and this one lined to third. This one's going to get down to the corner, and it's going to go foul. Walsh back in now. The 1-2 from Young. And Walsh swings on this fastball, sends it out to left field. Zach Wheat has a beat on it, and it's in his glove. So 1 away and back at the top of the Philadelphia order. George Van Haltren struck out back in the first against Cy Young. Cy Young has struck out 1 and walked a batter. Farrell sets the target. Cy Young with the 2-2 pitch. Fastball. This one popped on the left-hand side in the infield. Heine Groh calling for it. Zach Wheat, however, coming in for this ball also. And it will come down into the waiting glove of Heine Groh. So 2 away. Philadelphia managing just 1 hit in the early innings off of Cy Young thus far. And that brings in shortstop George Davis. Davis bunted out to the catcher. Here's Cy Young's 1-2 pitch. Fastball. Cut on. Base hit into right field. So Keister up with it and Davis aboard. So Davis with 31 steals in the season. That brings up Eddie Collins, 0 for 1. Fly to center back in the first. Collins steps in from the left-hand side of the box. Farrell sets up. Young with a check of the runner. Throws over George Davis back in time. Ahead of the Fred Luderus tag. Young comes home with it now. There goes Davis. Farrell will throw down the tag. And George Davis picks up steal number 32. One of the things I'm going to miss about this league, of course, is, as we would expect, a high number of stolen bases. So Davis at second. And we have 5 in here and 1 like. So, Cousin Ken, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Eddie Collins is nothing for 1. Back in the box. The 1-0 delivery. The throw back by Young again. Not catching Davis. So Young very, very aware of runners in scoring position. Second time he's done the spin around. To no avail. Tried it on Mike Tiernan and it didn't work either. Young now with the 1-0 delivery to Collins. Cut on. Fly ball to right field. And right fielder Bill Keister coming in on it. And he will make the play. Side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. A man left. And we go to the bottom of the third. It's Carolina 3. And the Quakers nothing due up. Donnie Bush. It's followed by Sam Crawford and Zach Wheat. Donnie Bush, last time up. Bunted to first. Was safe on an error. Walsh delivers. The 1-1 pitch. Bush comebacker to the mound. Ed Walsh up with it. And he will throw on to Henry Larkin to retire Bush for out number 1. All right. Wahoo Sam Crawford now strides to the plate. Crawford just bunted out to first his last time up. Larkin charging in on that ball. Seemed like it took forever, but there you go. Walsh now with the 0-1 delivery. Crawford swings. Hard hit ball to third. Bill Joyce cannot hold on to it. And Sam Crawford aboard with the error. And that is the 3rd error by Philadelphia today. 22nd error down at third base. And that brings up Zach Wheat. He is 1 for 1. 3-run homer back in the first. Going 320 feet over that rather tall right field wall. And Sam Crawford with 22 steals in a season, so pretty good speed there. 1 out. Carolina threatening for more here. The throw over, and Crawford is back ahead of the Henry Larkin tag. Walsh comes home with it now. First pitch swinging for Zach Wheat. And Crawford unable to get a good jump, so that one high and inside. Ball 1. Walsh and Myers evidently looking for either a hit and run or a straight up steal by Wahoo Sam. Walsh comes home with it now. The 1-0 pitch to Zach Wheat. And Wheat tags this one. This one going out to right field. This one high. This one deep. And Zach Wheat has 2 home runs in this game. Zach Wheat, an absolute beast here today for Carolina. This one going 338 feet. So Zach Wheat pretty much responsible for all 5 Carolina runs. As World's Worst Gamer says, Carolina scoring runs. Ken Castro, of course, rooting for the Carolina Crackers. All right. So still 1 out in Walsh. This is an uncharacteristic dull performance by the famed spitballer. He'll be facing Heine Groh here. The third baseman is nothing for 1. Fly to center back in the first. Welcome in to World's Worst Gamer. Walsh comes home with it now. The 1-1 to Heine Groh. Curveball. And Groh chops this one to third base. Bill Joyce up with it. Bill Joyce with an error in this game, 1 of the 3 by Philadelphia. And Larkin with the stretch. And Groh will be retired. And if we didn't have a stream started, I would actually restart the whole system and pick up this game here. Everything running a little sluggishly because I had a cat lying on my computer and I don't know what combination of keys, but we'll just go ahead with the game as we are. All right, Duke Farrell now batting with 2 down and the base is empty. Bunted to catcher last time. Big Ed Walsh with the 0-2 fastball. And Farrell swinging a miss, strike 3. But 2 runs, and once again, thanks to Zach Wheat on 1 big hit. And there was a Philadelphia error, 3 complete, Carolina 5, and the Quakers nothing. due up here, Bill Joyce, Mike Tiernan, and Chief Myers. Bill Joyce nothing for one fly to left in the second. So Cy Young enjoying a 5-0 lead right now for Carolina. Again, Carolina at 63 and 69. The Quakers at 69 and 63. So Carolina definitely playing some spoiler baseball, but we're just entering the middle innings, and a lot can happen. Joyce bats from the left. Takes a couple practice swing steps in the box. Cy Young fires at home. The 1-1 pitch. Curveball by Joyce. And this one golfed out to right field. Keister going over, but this one is going to make the seats out of play. Foul. Joyce back in the box, and the 1-2 delivery from Cy Young. Another curveball from Young. And Bill Joyce swings and misses. Young picks up the strikeout, his second of the contest. And I just realized I didn't pick up more water. This should be fun. All right. Back to it now. Base is empty. Cy Young to face Mike Tiernan. Mike Tiernan walked in the second. Young with the 1-0 delivery. Fastball to Tiernan. Tiernan swings. This one lined. And Sam Crawford playing that frozen rope. 2 down. Chief Myers and Robbie Wartburg last night doing a sort of hybrid live stream with Baseball for Windows, and it was gratifying, I'm sure, for Robbie to see some see some folks in there checking some things out. All right, Myers now hit by a pitch back in the second. Again, guys, only one like there. I usually don't push for them, but I really do appreciate the likes when you can. They do help the channel, though I'm not trying to build it. It does help build exposure. And I know that Ken Castro dropped a like, so he always does. Robbie, I'm guessing, off playing Baseball for Windows. There's going to be a new type of moderator that YouTube just announced. So for a couple of you guys that have been really on top of moderation, I'm going to be giving you some additional moderator powers as time goes on. So I have like 3 of you in mind that have been very, very good at being moderators. So a little extra reward now since everybody's mods in here. But I want to do something a little extra for the guys that are really watching the chat. I really appreciate it. Ken Castro will be one of them, definitely. All right. So Myers batting, 2 down, bases empty. Cy Young delivers to Myers, the 1-1 pitch. And Myers strokes a base hit into left center. Zach Weed up with it. Myers bluffed going to second, but he will hold station. 2 away, runner on for Philadelphia, and that brings up Roy Thomas. So Thomas singled back in the second. Tiernan was gunned down at home. As Clee baseball fans says, so fun. I had wireless headphones that I never used because I was intimidated by the directions. Got them to work now. Yay, so I can hear this, and no one else has too. There we go. There we go. RGL Network making an extremely rare appearance here in 1900. Baseball with the Beatles in my life. Very nice. You got it. It always counts. So got to see RGL Network. Anthony Belucher Bums Gaming. Guys, check it out. Doing some 1921 baseball. So do check it out. Welcome in, Robert. It is good to see you. All right, back to game action here. Roy Thomas 1 for 1. Myers at first. Myers with just 8 steals. Young peers in, has the sign from Duke Farrell, the leg kick, and the 1-1 delivery. Curveball. This one swung on. High fly ball. Wahoo Sam Crawford coming in on this ball. And he will make the catch for the 3rd out. And once again, Philadelphia is turned away. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. We've completed 3.5, and it's the Crackers 5 and the Quakers nothing. Zach Wheat has been an absolute animal in this game thus far today. D. Scott Howard says, don't blame him. We will not blame you for anything, D. Scott Howard. So again, for those of you guys that have been especially good moderators, we're going to be adding There's additional moderator functions now, so I'm going to be giving that to a few of you guys in appreciation for me not having to watch the chat and kick out bots and things like that, which I absolutely loathe doing. Christopher Slovic in the ballpark tonight. You got to check out Chris. Chris, right now not doing a lot of baseball, but doing NBA, doing some hockey. What a great, he sounds like the real deal, Lucille. All right, Keister now. He grounded to second, back in the second inning, bats from the left, ready to face Ed Walsh. Walsh with 2 strikeouts, but been touched up by 2 home runs, both by Zach Wheat. So Wheat with 5 runs batted in on the game. Walsh delivers now. Keister swinging at the first pitch. This one, fly ball to right field. Tiernan ranging to his right, has it in his sights and in the glove. 1 up, 1 down for Fred Luderus, the first baseman. Was safe on a throwing error back in the second. Myers sets up. Walsh delivers the 0-2 delivery. Fastball swung on, clean base hit. This one spanked into right field. Tiernan up with the ball. Luderus making the very wide turn at first as the ball gets back into Eddie Collins. So 1 away, and here comes Carolina again. Cy Young in the game. Line to first back in the second. Infield looking bunt from Young. Luderus just 4 steals on the season thus far. Myers sets the target. Walsh comes home with it. The 1-0 delivery. The runner does not go. And Young swinging away. Little chopper down the third base line. Bill Joyce has it. Joyce's play will be to first. So Luderus will make first, but Young tearing down the line. This is going to be close. And they do get Cy Young by a step. So Cy Young was not always the portly gentleman we see in later pictures. If you see some early pictures of him, he's always very stocky, but good physique on him for the time. And here's Larry Doyle, 1 for 2. Anytime you see Larry Doyle in a league, you're playing dead ball in 19th century baseball, Larry Doyle is going to get the job done for you. But today, a single and struck out in the second. Runner in scoring position now. Carolina looking for run number 6, but 2 away as Walsh delivers a fastball, the 1-2 pitch. Doyle swings, fly ball, right field. Tiernan looking up. Could this one be gone? Nope. Griffith will hold this one, and Tiernan makes the put out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a man left. 4 in the books here, and it's Carolina 5, Philadelphia nothing. Providence hoping for a Crackers win here as first baseman Henry Larkin steps in. So Larkin grounded to third, back in the second. Cy Young with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Young peers in, has the sign from Farrell. He sets in, delivers. 2-2 pitch, fastball. And this one, a big swing and a miss. Strike 3, 1 down. Ed Walsh now batting from the right. He's nothing for 1. Gave it a ride to deep left back in the second. Philadelphia just repeatedly getting turned away, and Cy Young working a nice 3-hitter. The other thing, Philadelphia with 3 errors in the game thus far. Young sets, and the 1-1 pitch. Little spitball from Cy Young, actually. This one fouled off on the right-hand side. Luderus should have enough territory here in foul ground. We'll see. He's giving chase, and this one just gets out of play. So Walsh back in the box. The 1-2 from Cy Young. Curveball. And Walsh sends this one to center field, but it's not going to have enough carry as Fred Crawford makes the catch, 2 down. Ball coming in from, or the wind coming in from right field, looked like that might have knuckled a little bit, helping Sam Crawford. So 2 away, and we're back at the top of the Philadelphia order, and George Van Haltren. He has struck out and popped to third. Van Haltren digging himself a hole in there on the left-hand side to face Cyclone Young. Here's the delivery now, the 0-1 pitch. And this one bunted down the third base line, and coming in for it is Groh, but Groh, which is going to have to eat that ball, and George Van Haltren picks up the bunt base hit. Hit number 4 for Philadelphia. Van Haltram with 32 steals on the season as George Davis steps in. Possible hit and run opportunity here. We've seen it 2 down here in this league. Davis has bunted to the catcher and lined a single over second. As D. Scott Howard says, he's been enjoying some of Christopher Slovik's calls recently. Good stuff. All right. Baseball in April, says Christopher Slovik, and when he does the second Creators Cup, you get a division. Nice. Cool. So Christopher Slovik doing a really nice Creators Cup and Out of the Park 23. Definitely, if you're lonesome for some baseball and you want to hear some good stuff, and also, of course, RGL Network doing 1988 a replay, which is good stuff. Caught a couple innings of that tonight before dinner, so always a pleasure. Robert brings a special sort of fun to Cards and Dice Baseball, including his own crowd. So Robert can not only call a game, but he can be his own crowd. So do check out RGL Network. Always good stuff. And always has a great Beatles or Beatles-related song lyric or something when I visit his chat. Really appreciate that. All right, Young ready now to face Davis with 2 down. Van Haltram on first. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Young. Davis swings, and this one, a high fly ball, but this one in the infield. And Larry Doyle ranging over on this ball, giving chase into foul territory. And this one will get out of play. Davis back in the box, getting a good look now at Cy Young. Young peers in, sets, and the 1-2 delivery. Fastball from Young, and Davis will send this out to Wahoo Sam in center field. Crawford, about 10 steps to his left, makes the catch. Side retired. Once again for Philadelphia, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's Carolina 5, Philadelphia nothing. And as we move on and on, it could very well be that first 3-run homer by Zach Wheat was enough to win this game. The Quakers just absolutely frustrating, not playing sharply for the contender that they are in this league. Here's shortstop Donnie Bush. He was acquired from the Detroit Tigers. Bush in the game was safe on an error in the first and then grounded to Walsh back in the third. Big Ed Walsh, one of the most dominant pitchers of baseball, certainly not proving it today. And here's the 3-0 delivery, and Bush lays off this one just high and outside. Bush taking all the way and gets the free pass. So Ed Walsh, in addition to getting touched up, issues a free pass. Wahoo Sam 0 for 2. Crawford has been a real surprise in this league, in that he's one of baseball's first legitimate power hitters. And Crawford only 260 on the season. And he's known for being the lifetime leader in triples. Sam with only 5 in this season, and we are in game, 132. Walsh steals now. Bush holds first. The 0-2 delivery. Wahoo shoots this one to short. George Davis up with it. He's going to have to make the quick play. Collins on the pivot. Over to Henry Larkin, and they're going to get Sam Crawford. 6 for a 3 double play. 2 down, bases empty. And here's Zach Wheat. And what have we seen Zach Wheat do? He is 2 for 2. 3-run homer in the first and a 2-run homer in the third. Clee baseball fan says, here's RGL's channel. Thanks for putting that in, Tim. I really appreciate it. Good stuff. So Robert, in addition to baseball, he does some other games too, but Robert does some really cool season replays. He's recently done 1979. I believe 1979 was the one that he did right before 1988. So do check it out, and especially how he does his own crowd. And I love the 10-minute ticker at the end. Good stuff. Would love to see how that works. All right. So Wheat 2 for 2. See if Walsh tries to kind of pitch a little bit around Zach Wheat. Former Dodger steps in. Walsh with the 0-2 now. He's coming at Wheat. And Wheat chops this one right up the middle. And Davis coming in quickly on that ball. Shallow. And looks like they're actually going to get Zach Wheat this time as Larkin gets the ball. So Zach Wheat does not home run. That will be... Does not hit a homer 3 times in a row. That's going to be the big headline tomorrow. And that's it. We go to the top of the 6th. Still 5-0. Eddie Collins, Bill Joyce, and Mike Tiernan due up. Cocky Collins is 0 for 2, and he has flied out twice. Philadelphia would like to at least get on the board. Young with a 4-hitter now through 5. Young delivers. And Collins swings in this 0-2 pitch, and it's not going to get very far, baseball fans, as Zach Wheat has it in his sights and into the leather. 1 away. Hot corner man for Philadelphia. Bill Joyce now steps in. So Joyce has flied to left and struck out. Cy Young with 3 strikeouts and a walk. Sets and delivers. Count even on Joyce. And this one paints the inside corner. So Joyce was guessing all the way and guessed wrong. Talk about what's my line. And Cy Young rings up his 4th. 2 away for right fielder Mike Tiernan, who walked in line to center. Welcome in to MV. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And Tim also putting in a link, as I'm very happy. I like my moderators to do that, to put links to their own channels. So guys, there's a link to RGL Network's channel, and I'm sure you guys all know Robert, good guy. And then also Clee Baseball Fan. And playing the premiere of the last game of his 1976, Mike McCormick. And then he's doing some additional stat compiling and moving forward with the 2007 Tribe. All right, Tiernan in there. 0 for 1, 2 down. Young with the 1-2 pitch. Fastball coming into Tiernan. And Tiernan, frozen rope, and this one is gone. Open the window, Aunt Minnie and Mike Tiernan with a solo shot. And this one, 334 feet, and Philadelphia finally gets on the board here in the top of the 6th. It's 5-1, and the shutout is gone. Chief Myers now steps in. Myers a perfect 1 for 1. He was hit by a pitch and lined to single, so he's been on the base paths twice. Young comes home with it now. The 1-0 delivery. Change up to Myers. Cut on, and this is a rope right to Donnie Bush at short. Side retired, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. We go to the home half of the 6th inning here at Griffith Stadium, and it's Carolina 5 and Philadelphia 1. Heine Groh, Duke Farrell, and Bill Keister due up. So again, Keister not getting a lot of play time. Like to get something done here today to maybe get a little bit more time. Ed Walsh, again, surprised tonight, but he can only go by 1 game, of course. 2 strikeouts and a walk, and 5 runs as a result of 2 Zach Wheat home runs. Temperature has creeped up just a bit here. We're at 92 degrees, so a very sultry early September day here in our normalized year of 1900. Groh has flied to center and grounded to third. Chief Meyer sets up. Walsh with the 1-2 delivery. And Groh swings on this fastball. Smacks this one to short. Deep in the hole is George Davis. George Davis sets and the peg onto first. And Henry Larkin waiting for that. And that will retire Heine Groh for out number 1. Duke Farrell, or as Todd B calls him, Jackie Gleason, steps in, bunted to the catcher, and struck out. Lefty batting catcher waits for the delivery from Big Ed Walsh, the 0-1. And fastball. This one slapped to short. George Davis taking the room service bounce, and this one will go on to Henry Larkin for the textbook 6-3 putout and 2 away. Aaron Reed says, pow, right in the kisser. Ken Castro, shameless promotion. There, you promote all you want. So guys, do check that out. What Ken Castro has planned is absolutely splendid. Probably something that you're not going to run into too much. It's going to be very quickly in 1888. Albert Goodwill Spaulding took 2 barnstorming teams on a literal trip around the globe to promote baseball, and certainly, I'm sure, to promote his own line of sporting goods. Ken is going to be doing ocean liner schedules, train schedules, weather, going to be writing it as a journalist during the recaps. I'm very, very honored, even gobsmacked, to be asked to be part of this wonderful project. So stay tuned, not for my sake, but certainly to follow Ken Castro. Of course, we all know him as a superb writer, an amazing journalist, and his knowledge of baseball is crazy. And 19th century, the man is an encyclopedia. He will write it with soul. He will write it with passion. And I think you guys are going to love it. All right, 2 away. Bill Keister, nothing for 2. He's grounded to second and fly to deep right center. Walsh comes home with it now. And Keister swings in the 0-2. This one a comebacker. Walsh coming off the bump. Nice play. That took a weird bounce, but Walsh able to recover in time to throw on to Larkin to retire the runner. No runs, 1, no hits, no errors. 6 in the books here. It's still 5-1. Robbie Wartburg looks like he is putting up. Yep, he is putting in his channel as well. I know you can complete it. Cousin Ken saying thank you. Oh yeah, we will, Aaron. We'll shoot the bull very, very, very soon. We might even tonight. We'll see. We would end this stream and start a new one. But yeah, definitely, if you're interested, we can just talk a little bit of baseball tonight. It's not that late. Roy Thomas. So yeah, we're gonna be cutting away back down now. I think the 7.5 hour stream one night was kind of excess. So we're gonna try to keep these at a normal length, except when we're chatting. But this one at 47 minutes. All right. So Thomas singled up the middle, and this was when Mike Tiernan was gunned down at home. Great outfield assist by Sam Crawford. Young delivers to Thomas the 1-1 pitch. And this fastball out to center field. Crawford having to come in quickly on this ball, makes a basket catch. 1 away. So Crawford, fine play on that. And that in steps Henry Larkin. Sorry guys, long day today. Larkin grounded to third and then struck out. Cy Young sets and delivers now. The 0-1 pitch. Fastball to Larkin. And Larkin will send this one airmail to left field. Zach Wheat moving to his left and back a little toward the wall. Makes the catch. So 2 away. Zach Wheat just doing it all today. And here is Big Ed Walsh. He's really done nothing to help his cause. He's nothing for 2. Flied out twice. Cy Young works to his mound opponent. Change up, pulling the string on Walsh, and Walsh hits a frozen rope right to Donnie Bush at short. And middle of the 7th, Carolina 5 and the Crackers 1. All right, we are back. And something you guys might want to try to do, because I see I can do this. It looks like YouTube may have reinstituted something they should have never taken away. If you go to the 3 dots, I can do it. But if you go to the 3 dots, like if you hover over a user's name on the right-hand side, as Todd B says, is that link X-rated? And if you click on it, it's showing me I can go to a person's channel now. So you guys might want to see if that is indeed possible. Okay? All right. And that would be really nice because while you guys, I would still say please put your links in the chat. Hopefully YouTube has reinstituted, again, something I should have never taken away. It's a very, very easy way to get people to subscribe, visit one another's channel. So let's hope that that is back to stay. Please let me know if it works for you. Probably will work for the moderators, but I'm not sure. I'll be letting you guys know as soon as I read up a little bit more about the additional powers that some moderators can have, and then I'll start creating those. Cousin Ken will be the first. Alright, so Fred Luderus is 1 for 2. He lined a single back in the 4th. In the bottom of the 7th here, it's a 5-1 Carolina lead. Walsh winds and fires the 0-1 delivery to Luderus, and Luderus just chops this curve down the first base line, and Walsh is being waved off by Larkin. This is going to be close, and Fred Luderus makes it aboard, so Larkin probably should have done the little lob over to Walsh, who would have been there in time, but Luderus is aboard with the infield single. Only 4 steals for him. Infield at the corners now for Cy Young. Line to first and grounded to third in this game. Walsh works to him. The 1-2 delivery. Curveball. And this hammer hit out to right field. Mike Tiernan ranging back. And he will make the catch. Luderus gets back to first, tags, and stays at first. All right. Left-hander Larry Doyle 1 for 3. Doyle singled, struck out, and flied to deep right center. Myers sets the target. Walsh into his motion. And Doyle first pitch swinging. There goes Luderus. Myers comes up gunning. And Davis's tag not in time. And Fred Luderus successfully pilfers his 5th base. So Carolina with a potential 6th run in scoring position, and Fred Luderus out at second. Doyle steps back in, and the 1-0 delivery from Ed Walsh. Fastball. And this one roped right to shortstop Davis, and Luderus getting back quickly to avoid being doubled off. Collins coming in ready to take the throw. But Luderus back. 2 down. Donnie Bush, 0-for-1, walked back in the 5th. Here's Walsh's delivery after a check of the runner. 2-0 to Bush. Bush swings, and this one a bounding ball up to first. Larkin takes it on the hop to retire Bush and the side. So Carolina turned away, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the 8th. It's 5-1 in favor of Carolina. Providence looking for a Carolina victory here to perhaps move Philadelphia down in the standings. Getting down to the end of this Ned McGreevy League, George Van Haltren will lead it off. He's at the top of the order for the Philadelphia Quakers. Van Haltren has struck out, popped to third, and a bunt single in the 5th. Cy Young, 4 strikeouts and a walk. And he's given up 1 homer in this game. Cy Young delivers now. Van Haltren swings on the 2-0 pitch. This one roped, lined right back to Cy Young. Spearing that one out of the air. That could have easily been extra bases. Instead, 1 out. George Davis, 1 for 3. Gave it a ride to deep center back in the 5th. Cy Young sets and delivers the 0-1 pitch to Davis. Curveball. Davis swings. Chopper to short. Bush up with it, has to hurry his throw a little bit. Perhaps hurrying a bit too much, but he's all right as Davis is retired for out number 2. Eddie Collins, nothing in 3 attempts, and he has flied out all 3 times. Young delivers. First pitch swinging. Collins base hit into right field. Doyle making a stab at it, but he's not going to get it. Crawford will play that ball on the bounce. And Eddie Collins with some serious speed, 42 steals on the season at first. But the story for Philadelphia is they're getting people on, but they're not getting people over. The only run for Philadelphia has been a home run. So Bill Joyce now steps in. Bill Joyce has flied to left, and he has struck out twice. Collins at first, good lead. Farrell, pretty strong arm out there, but you almost have to give the odds to Eddie Collins. Here is the delivery. And Bill Joyce strikes out for his third time today. No runs, one hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the eighth. It is still 5-1 in favor of the Crackers. Due up, Wahoo Sam Crawford, Zach Wheat, and Heine Groh. And World's Worst Gamer says that Eddie Collins is on a 30-game hit streak in his 1920 replay. All right, Ed Walsh. Todd B said Ed Walsh looks like someone peed on his Cheerios. All right. Okay, so Robbie, everybody's saying that this does work. That you can actually visit channels now. So I encourage you to do so, but I still encourage moderators, and then moderators, we have friends in here like Robert. Please don't hesitate to put links to their channels. All right. Here we go. Crawford batting with the bases empty. Ed Walsh with the 0-2 delivery. Fastball by Walsh, and Crawford looks at a called strike three. Crawford kind of shaking his head as he goes back to the dugout, and here's Zach Wheat now batting with one down. Wheat, the definite MVP today. 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in for Zach. He grounded to short back in the fifth. Walsh comes home with it. Can Zach do it again on the 2-2 pitch? He will not. Big swing and a miss. 2 down. Heine Groh, third baseman, has flied out and grounded out twice. Big Ed Walsh picking up his 4th strikeout, but is not going to help much yet. Walsh delivers. Groh cuts and misses. 5th strikeout for Ed Walsh. We go to the 9th. Carolina 5, Philadelphia 1. Mike Tiernan will lead it off here. Tiernan touched up Cy Young for a home run in the 6th. That was the only Philadelphia scoring. Solo shot that went down the right field line, 334 feet. Tiernan bats lefty. Young with the 3-0 pitch to Tiernan. Looks like he's pitching fine around Tiernan. Tiernan will get the walk on 4 straight pitches. So Mike Tiernan, good Irishman aboard. Tiernan with 24 steals in the season. Chief Myers now 1 for 2. Here is the wind by Cy Young to Myers. And this one gets by Farrell. Little wild pitch, but Farrell doing a nice job keeping that ball in front of him. Tiernan will stay at first. Nobody out. Young with the 1-1 delivery. Change up to Myers. Myers swings, fly ball, center field. Crawford coming in almost behind second base. Makes the great running catch. Tiernan hurries back to first. So 1 away. Tiernan at first for Roy Thomas, who is 1 for 3. Singled way back in the 2nd. Lefty waits the 0-2 pitch from Young. And Cy Young picking up strikeout number 6. Big swing and a miss by Roy Thomas. 2 down. Tiernan holds first. Henry Larkin, nothing for 3, is grounded out, struck out, and flied out. Cy Young fires it in. Payoff pitch to Larkin. And Larkin, chopper to second. Larry Doyle up with it and very quickly under Fred Luteris to retire Larkin. And that is your ball game. This one wasn't even close. Carolina takes this from Philadelphia 5-1, much to the joy of the Providence 9. Not a lot to talk about this game. Carolina will improve to 64-69. Philadelphia falls to 69-64. Cy Young gets the win. He improves to 17-13. Ed Walsh tagged with a loss. He goes to 20-13. Carolina, 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Philadelphia, 1 run, 6 hits, 3 errors. Pitching line goes like this. Walsh pitched 8 innings, 5 runs, 3 earned, gave up 2 home runs, walked 1, struck out 5. ERA goes up a few ticks to 1.95. Cy Young goes the complete 9. 1 run, it was earned, gave up 1 home run, walked 2, struck out 6. Let's look at our little miscellaneous. Eddie Collins picks up error 26, Bill Joyce number 22, and Henry Larkin his 8th home runs. Tiernan with a solo shot off of Cy Young in the 6th, and then Zach Wheat in the 1st, and then again in the 3rd. So Zach Wheat just busy today. 2 home runs for him, 5 runs batted in. He went 2 for 4. Tiernan for Philadelphia goes 1 for 2 with a home run and a stolen base. And speaking of stolen bases, Tiernan and Davis for Philadelphia and Fred Luteris for Carolina. No caught stealings in this game. RBI, Mike Tiernan picks up 27, and Zach Wheat came into this game with 43 and leaves with 48. Chief Myers was hit by Young. Donnie Bush with a sacrifice hit. Sam Crawford with a great outfield assist, gunning down Mike Tiernan at home. Philadelphia left 7 on base, Carolina 3. Philadelphia turned a double play. And the MVP, Cy Young, I have to really, though, give this, I have to disagree and give the MVP to Zach Wheat. Because without Zach Wheat, nobody else was really doing anything. We're going to autoplay the rest of the games, and then we will look at our standings. So Carolina, staving off elimination, they're just 9 games away from being eliminated, and we will autoplay. Carlos Yaz coming in and says hello. RGL says off to bed. Have a good night. Thank you, Robert, for coming in. Appreciate you. All right, let's play the rest of these games out. First, Cleveland and St. Louis. Cleveland still very much in this race at 71 and 61. St. Louis eliminated at 53 and 79, but looking to play some spoiler baseball. And let's see what happens here. And St. Louis does indeed play spoiler. They edge Cleveland 7-6. This one went 11 innings. Hooks Wiltsey gets the win. He goes to 7-1. Jim Bagby takes the loss. He's 5-4. Home run Baker 3 for 5 with a double and a steal. Arsenal and Butler. Butler 2 games above 500. Still possibly in this race against Arsenal. Here we go. And Butler absolutely smacks Arsenal around 9-1. So Arsenal will improve to 68 and 65. Butler will improve to 68 and 65. Arsenal falls to 64 and 69. Amos Russi, the Hoosier Thunderbolt, gets the win for Butler. He will go to 7-12. Lefty Grove, tagged with a loss, goes to 3-7. Freddie Perrin goes 2 for 3 with 3 runs batted in, including a triple. Next, Liverpool playing first place Manchester. Liverpool comes into this game at 67 and 65. Manchester at 73 and 59. And here we go. And Manchester edges Liverpool 3-2. This one went 10 innings. Irv Higginbotham gets the win. He goes to 5-3. Deacon Philippe with the loss. He goes to 10-14. Finally, Bellingham and Providence. Providence at 68 and 64, hoping for a win. Bellingham at 65 and 67, and here we go. And Bellingham defeats Providence 7-3, so the Carolina win does not help Providence, and Cleveland lost, so we will see how our standings measure up. But Manchester's going to come out the big winner tonight, maybe widening its lead. Sam Lever gets the win for Bellingham, and he goes to 11-18. George Mullen takes the loss for Providence, 3-8. Tex Wisterzil, who we're seeing in Robbie's Federal League 1914, went 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 steals. All right, there we go. That's baseball action for tonight. We have 14 viewers. Gratifying to see. We're going to let everything refresh, and we will look at our standings at the end of the day, 2nd September 1900. And indeed, Manchester widens its lead. So Cleveland was keeping pace with Manchester. With the Cleveland loss tonight, though, allows Manchester, who came in tonight 2 games in front, now 3 games in front. So Cleveland 3 games back, and then Philadelphia 5 out. Butler and Providence are 7 out. Butler and Providence 6 out. Liverpool 7 games back. Bellingham 8 back. Carolina and Arsenal both at 10 games back and 8 games from elimination. So the next time we play Ned McGreevy, we will see the same suspects, and I'm looking for the next date when we start seeing a little bit of, and as you can see, we're almost at the end of it all. So this is going to come down to a lot of spoiler baseball, and that does it. That is it. Yeah, no, there will be a top 2. We're not going to jinx it for anybody right now. If I were to say, even with Butler and Providence 6 games out, this race not over, but Cleveland, except for its win tonight, has been keeping up the pressure on Manchester, and Philadelphia not quite out of this. I don't see a 1-game playoff. We will be doing a mini World Series. And what I'm going to do is simulate, a 4 or 5 day rest. Bring these guys into whoever the teams are for a 3-game World Series in a league of its own. So there we go. That's it. Did Cleveland win? Let's look at recent games just for MV. Cleveland lost. So that should make you very happy there, MV. Cleveland's been breathing down your neck of late. All right, so once again, let's run over the scores. So Bellingham over Providence, 7-3. Manchester edges Liverpool in 10, 3-2. Butler just smacks around Arsenal, 9-1. St. Louis edges Cleveland. It took 11 innings for that game. St. Louis winning 7-6. And then the game that you guys saw, Carolina 5 and Philadelphia 1. So there we are. Box score? Absolutely. All right. Todd B says, no, we lost to Mathau. Box score for which game, Cousin Ken? And thank you. I have 13 people watching. Appreciate it. Oh, your game, sure. And there we go. So Providence, so Bellingham, 7 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. Providence, 3 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Just very quickly. So Willie Keeler, of course, the managers will give some of these players a bit of rest. So Keeler actually comes in as a pinch hitter, so he didn't get the start tonight. Pinch hit for Mullen in the 8th. Miller Huggins with 2 errors, and Buck Ewing picked up an error. Benny Koff with a double. Joe Kelly also. Koff with his 10th. Kelly with his 13th. Tex Wisterzo picks up a triple. Stolen bases, it was really just about all Bellingham. Huggins stole 2. Wisterzo stole 2. Bill White with a steal for Providence. John McGraw. Casey Stengel was caught stealing for Bellingham, and Ewing caught by Providence. He was actually picked off. What else do we have here? Benny Koff with 3 RBI in the game. 53 RBI for him. Bill White with 3 runs batted in for Bellingham. Westerzo picks up his 40th. Lever his 4th. Ed Roush with 2 RBI, and that brings him to 34. Stengel was hit by a pitch. Doc Bouchon with a pass ball. Bill White making a great play. 2 outfield assists in this game by Ed Roush and Joe Kelly. Bellingham stranded 8, Providence 5, double plays. 3 by Bellingham, 1 by Providence. Game-winning RBI, Bill White, and the MVP, Sam Lever. Again, Ken, it's how the manager is setting up. We can go in and try to set up some manager tendencies. So I don't see Hamilton was in this game. Boom. So, and again, your lineup is saved. And Hamilton in there, but there could be, this may very well be a usage rule because I don't see him in there tonight, but he's definitely saved. So there we have it. The race has been tight all the way through, but now Manchester looking like it could pull away. But if we look at upcoming games again, we'll let this refresh. We can look at a few leaders, and then we'll call this one done. So Bellingham and Providence will meet again, as will Carolina and St. Louis, or Cleveland and St. Louis, and Cleveland will be playing at St. Louis. So same suspects. So Cobb had a scheduled night flight with the train conductor. You want to see if Mullen is on your three-man rotation? Should be. Yep. Radbourne, Chesbrough, Mullen. And then you have spot starters Sweeney and O'Brien. All right, let's look at a few league leaders here, and then we're going to cut it out and call it a stream. All right, let's look at high points for teams. And what haven't we looked at yet? So, St. Louis Wolves with 17 runs in a game against Bellingham back on August 10th. Arsenal managing 16 against Bellingham. Butler with 14, Cleveland, Carolina, Providence, all with 14 runs in a game. Liverpool, Philadelphia. Liverpool does it again. So Liverpool, 2 games with 13 runs. Philadelphia had a 13-run game, and Cleveland with a 12-run game. Runs both teams in that St. Louis and Bellingham game back on August 10th. 24 total runs, and that was a 17-7 victory, St. Louis over Bellingham. Let me see. Hits by one team, Providence, back on August 4th against Bellingham, 22 hits. We should look at that box score just to see what that looks like. 22 hits. That's crazy. That was an absolute destruction. McGann went 3 for 4 in that with a steal. Johnny Evers 4 for 5 with 4 runs batted in for Providence. And Joe Kelly went 5 for 6. Bill White did go 2 for 4. And if we look at the batting, let's see who was on the hit parade for Providence in that. In other words, who didn't get a hit? Elberfeld and McGraw. That was it. Everybody else on the hit parade. So the longest game we've had has been Cleveland at Liverpool. That was an 18-inning affair. And that was July 22nd. I remember doing the 17-inning one. That was Liverpool at Cleveland, July 15th. I don't remember who won that. We should look really quickly. And Cleveland, that was a 2-1 victory. I remember that one. That was a killer. That was a killer. So, oh, you're most welcome, Cousin Ken. You are most welcome. So that's it. And I want to thank you guys for coming in. We got back to some Ned McGreevy baseball. And good stuff. So I'm going to restart everything, this entire computer, because everything was running a bit sluggish. Thanks to a cat that decided to want to do his own keystroke combinations. We'll just come back. Maybe I'll just put up a picture of Ned McGreevy, and maybe we can talk baseball for an hour or so. I'll go on Discord. Or no, I'm going to go on StreamYard, so that way we can get more than one person. Maybe Aaron wants to come back on, get a couple other guys just come in, and maybe we can just do our Why Do You Love Baseball? Let's just do it. All right. So see you guys in about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I want to thank Cousin Ken Castro, Todd B, D. Scott Howard, MV, Todd B, which I already said thank you to again, but it's all right. Robert Wartberg, Carlos Yaz, Clee Baseball Fan 879, RJL Network, Aaron Reed, and I think we cut everybody. I always say thank you to Midlife Crisis, even though he's not here. All right, so anybody else that wants to stop in, I'm going to shoot StreamYard. If you're in the Discord, I can send you the link via your email or whatever. We will figure that out. But anyhow, for those of you not returning, thanks. It was a lot of fun, and I appreciate each and every one of you, and I truly, truly mean it. And I'll see you around the batting cage.